Hey guys, we're back on the roof. Wanted you to take a look at the type of work that's being done today. And it's not roofing. It's work taking place on the roof, but it's not roofing work. Why is that an important distinction? Warning lines, which you don't see behind me, they can be the easiest way to comply with the fall protection standard whenever you're working near the center of the roof and you're not having to be out doing the edge work. The warning lines are really helpful for that. But there are some really different, nuanced requirements when it comes to setting up a proper warning line system. The first thing I want you to remember when we talk about warning lines is to not think about it as it's got to go all the way around the perimeter of the roof. It only has to enclose the work area, and they're only required when you're doing the work. So setting up for the task, certainly got to have it. But if I'm just going A to B for my ladder access over here to my work area, that path doesn't necessarily have to be flagged. But once I'm doing my task, I've got to be protected by that flagging system. Why? Because I'm preoccupied potentially with my task. I could lose track of where I am carrying materials. Imagine, right? Staging, moving, stacking. I lose track of or vision of the edge. That's the purpose of that warning line, is to warn you that you're getting close to the edge. Now, how close? And I mentioned that distinction between roofing work and work on the roof and how there's a difference in OSHA's eyes. Work on the roof, like this piping, welding operation, servicing these RTUs, rooftop units, electrical work taking place on the roof, for example, they follow a different standard than actual roofing work, the roofers. The roofer's warning line can be 6 feet, no closer than 6 feet. So they can be 10 feet, 20 feet, just no closer than 6 feet from an unprotected side or edge, the edge of the roof. 6 feet for roofers. For us doing work on the roof, not engaged in roofing activities, just work on the roof, it's 15 feet back from the edge. That's a big difference. Roofers can be 6 feet from the edge, warning line set up. Non-roofing work, 15 feet. So if that RTU rooftop unit is 12 feet from the edge, I can't use a warning line system because I'm within 15 feet of the edge. I've got to go to a different method of fall protection, which could be our fall arrest harness, lifeline, that kind of thing that we'll get to in another video. But just wanted to give you some insight out on location where you can visualize it and see what I'm talking about and the distinction between roofing work and work on the roof. It's an important one to understand.